This is Tim. Now, you may have been following the news and you will have seen that there is now a story that some Russian propagandists are boasting that they managed to pose as Mr. Navalny's aides and indeed to dupe Amnesty International. I don't know whether this will mean that Amnesty revises its decision. I hope it does mean that, about branding, seeing Mr. Navalny as a prisoner of conscience, because he certainly is. Today, he's gone off to an undisclosed location outside Moscow, and even his lawyer doesn't know where he is. But I think Amnesty International, for some time, I've been concerned about the professionalism of Amnesty International. And indeed, in 2001, when my partner was tortured and raped in Greece, he and I both approached Amnesty for assistance. And I ended up writing to the directors of Amnesty some years later to complain about the goings on. I don't want to go into too much detail now because the detail is really quite shocking. But I want to at least give you a summary, because I want to explain, I want to put into context why I am concerned about Amnesty making such cavalier statements about Mr. Navalny. Necati was given a translator when he arrived in Greece, or when he was in Athens. And that translator turned out to be, well, that translator himself was boasting about how he had planted a bomb under a police truck and killed quite a large number of people. I think he may have assumed that Necati would be sympathetic. He was not sympathetic. He was appalled that he was being represented by a terrorist. I'm appalled. He was given two lawyers by Amnesty. The first lawyer who worked for Amnesty directly. The first lawyer, on one occasion that I remember particularly, she called us, and we lived then in Piraeus, near the port, and said that she was coming back from Crete and had some important news about Necati's case. She came to our house with her boyfriend, who was a member of a terrorist organisation, and said that she was very tired and wanted to lie down. They then had sex in our bed. I don't recall her actually even briefing us about what she said she wanted to talk to us about. Of course, we felt very used. A second lawyer was also working for us. That lawyer was also having a relationship with somebody who was a member of PKK, a terrorist organisation in Turkey. During her pillow talk, she gave this person our address, and then thought better of it, telephoned us and told us. There were other things that she did which were unbelievably irregular. Now, I wrote to Amnesty to say that there was serious corruption in their office in Athens. I hope I was taken seriously, but it's this level. I think the word I used when I talked about corruption, I was probably using the wrong word. What I should have used was unprofessionalism. The office that I saw in Athens was utterly amateur. And that is the impression that comes across in the stories about Amnesty International and Mr. Navalny today. This is amateur behaviour. And yet at the same time, because it is one of the few organisations that is genuinely trying to help people It is a charitable organisation. We expect a level of professionalism in what it does and what it says. We take it seriously. I think if organisations like Amnesty that are in the public eye cannot live up to the expectations that we place upon them, reasonably or unreasonably, then probably it is time for them to be replaced. It's really sad for me to actually say this, but I am shocked by the timing of Amnesty's announcement to withdraw the prisoner of conscience title from Mr. Navalny. I cannot think of another person who deserves that title at this moment. Yes, Mr. Navalny may have said things which were foolish in the past, but when you look closely at those things, I do not think that he is xenophobic, and I do not think that he is anti-Semitic. What is extraordinary is how much tension the things I have said I have drawn from people who have extraordinarily pointed a finger at a picture and said, this person is a terrorist, this Mr. Navalny is supporting terrorism. No, he's not. Mr. Navalny was never supporting Chechen terrorists. I find it extraordinary, this scattergun approach to propaganda. And an amateur organisation like Amnesty has got caught up in that. It is time for Amnesty to become thoroughly professional or to quit. Because we cannot have people dabbling in the lives of others and making proclamations with such confidence when actually, I know from my own experience, they hardly know what they're doing. I know I'm being very outspoken here, and I'm sure people will question what I'm saying. I'm very happy to go into more details about Necati's case if that is necessary. But I think what I witnessed 20 years ago, I am in some way witnessing again today in the news. We are giving too much credibility to an organisation which is not fit for purpose. And it pains me deeply to have to say that. If you want to make some comments, please do.